Hey guys, this is Riley again. I wanna I was supposed to do this a couple days ago, but I was too busy, so I'm here to talk about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Um, if you guys haven't seen it, don't watch this video. Spoiler talk about it. Um, I gotta say that I absolutely, really enjoyed this series. Um, was it perfect? No. It had its issues for me. There was some controversial things that I didn't agree with, and if people don't like it and said it was a disappointment, I understand why you would think that, because there were things that I were expecting that didn't happen, but by the end of the show I felt really thrilled and happy with what I just witnessed, because as a Star Wars fan, that's what I've been wanting to see. Vader and Obi-Wan go at it, and I got that and more. Um, by the way, Ewan McGregor does a brilliant performance in this, and Hayden is everyone gives shit about George Lucas. If you guys don't know, I haven't done a review on the prequels because I don't really want to review the prequels. Um, I hate the prequels. I really do not like the prequels, except for Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith I really like, but I cannot stand Phantom Menace, and I hate Attack of the Clones. They're just really bad movies. And going into this, I was expecting, Revenge of the Sith, and then you see Revenge of the Sith, and it's this kind of dark, broody, emotional movie of Vader, like seeing Anakin become Vader, and it was emotional, and seeing Padme die, then Luke, so going into this show takes place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. Um, Leia's 10, Luke's 10 now. Um, Senator Organa is in this. Um, Owen Les is in this. Beru's in this. Um, Pretty much everyone from the prequels, well, not everybody, but most of your recognizable faces are in this. But there are new characters, and there are new villains, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But Vader's back, and he is, oh my god, to me, this is the best version of Vader I've seen since Rogue One. Oh, I fucking loved Vader in this. He was so ready to kill Obi-Wan. He was, like that scene where he's walking through, he snaps this kid's neck, and then he just drags this drags this girl along the ground, and he grabs Obi-Wan with the Force, and he lights this fucking fire, and he burns Obi-Wan. He burns Obi-Wan. He doesn't kill him, but he burns Obi-Wan. And this line I will never forget. I fucking love this line. I gotta say, the dialogue was much better and much well executed. I will say that. This line, I loved it. Oh my god, what have you become? I am what you made me. It was a beautifully written line, and I loved it. The years have made you weak. Now you will die. Obi-Wan. Like, I fucking love that line. And I loved everything that they did with Vader in this, especially towards the end of the show. Because Vader, in my opinion, is my favourite villain. He's my favourite cinematic villain. Okay, so there's Vader, Joker, Thanos, and Green Goblin. Those are my four iconic favourite villains, okay? And just, I love Vader in this. He was so fucking menacing, and I loved that they brought James L. Jones back, thank God, because I was really worried that they weren't going to bring, because he's old now, he's 94, 91, I think, James L. He's getting old, he's getting up there, so, you know, he's getting really up there. Like, I don't think he can do the Ahsoka series that's coming up, because that comes out in 2027, right? God, I wish it comes sooner, because, you know, without James Earl Jones, there's no Vader, to me. Like, you cannot have Vader without James Earl Jones. There's just no way. There's no way. You can't do it. Like, you can't, you know. And that was one of the things I was worried about, if they were not going to bring James Earl Jones. But they brought him back, and he was amazing as always. Hayden really impressed me in this show. There's a scene with him in the flashback, and he was amazing. And I loved this. I will say this. This series made me appreciate the prequels more, and it made me want to go back and watch the prequels, or at least Revenge of the Sith. I don't know about Phantom Menace. For fucking Phantom Menace, I can't stand. I fucking can't stand. I could watch Attack of the Clones again. I could watch Attack of the Clones, but I don't think I can watch Phantom Menace. Oh, I hate Phantom Menace. But I think I could watch Attack of the Clones again, because not all of it's bad, but it was just a lot of shit acting, a lot of shit script, and shit thrown at the screen that just didn't work. Reva Inquisitor, I will say I hated her at the start of the show. I could not stand her character. She was such a shit character. I remember, like, just saying to myself, I actually liked Dooku better than her as a villain. I liked Maul better than her as a villain. I liked Grievous better than her as a villain. I loved Snoke better than her as a villain. And that's saying something, because I actually didn't like Snoke that much. I thought the acting by Andy Serkis was amazing, but the story to his character and then killing him off was just stupid. And then the fact that they made him in Rise of Skywalker, he's a fucking clone made from Palpatine. I thought that was fucking stupid. I was like, yeah, fucking right. Come on. Just stop. And to be honest with you, the sequels haven't landed with me that well as years have gone on. I liked them when I first saw them. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I liked them when I first saw them. Force Awakens, I will say I love The Force Awakens. I won't bash The Force Awakens, because that was a decent movie. It was a good movie, actually. But Last Jedi was just fucking wrong and stupid and dumb. And Rise of Skywalker was just dumb. So, and I hate Solo. But anyway, moving on. But Reva Inquisitor, I didn't like her at the start of the show, but then we find out she's a youngling in the Execute Order 66. She tries to kill Vader, which, you know, Obi-Wan tries to bring her to Vader. She tries to kill Vader, and Vader's just, Vader's just toying with her. He's just going, and then he breaks off her lightsaber. She fights with him. They have a quick duel, and then he beats her ass and stabs her. This is another thing I didn't get. There's a lot of stupid things in this show, and a lot of silly things. I'm just like, come on, like, she should have died from that lightsaber. Like, there's no way. Like, you know, Qui-Gon Jinn got stabbed where she got stabbed, and he died. How the fuck is she still alive? I didn't understand that shit. Another thing, in episode 6, she tries to go kill Luke, to get back at Vader, I guess, but there's another thing that Vader doesn't even know Luke is his son. And so Vader doesn't know a lot of things during this timeline. Like, he doesn't know Leia is his daughter. He doesn't know Luke is his son. He didn't even know Padme was killed by giving birth or broken heart or whatever the fuck she did. You know, the Emperor told him that he killed her with her anger, which was... that made Vader look like a moron, because I'd just be like, wait a minute, how the fuck did I kill her with her anger if I just choked her for a little bit and then all of a sudden she's dead? I'm like, really? The Emperor's in this, which I fucking loved. He shows up at the end. He's like, "You seem agitated, my friend. Obi-Wan means nothing to me. I only serve you, my master." And Liam Neeson shows up, and I was so happy. I fucking flipped out when they showed Liam come back. There's a lot of people that came back for this show, and it kind of gave me a bit of a nostalgic feel, because the prequels didn't last well with me. Well, I liked them when I first saw them. I actually liked Revenge of the Phantom Menace when I saw it as a kid, mainly because Jar Jar was funny as a kid, and then after that, I hate Jar Jar, and it just kind of brought back this kind of nostalgic feeling, because Star Wars is nostalgic for me. I love the originals. I don't like the prequels. I actually hate the prequels, and I'm not a big fan of the sequels either. I feel like Rogue One and The Mandalorian are the closest thing to the best Star Wars that we've gotten since the original, that I feel like. And but everything else has just been shit. And this was an enjoyable show. It was nowhere near as good as The Mandalorian. I'm not going to say it's good as Mandalorian. No way in the fucking world it was. But I don't think it was garbage, and I didn't think it was shit like a lot of people are making it out to be, saying it's bad script, bad writing, bad this, bad that. Do I think Lucas should have directed it? Of course he should have. Like, it's his. This was his story, and I reckon he should have finished it off. And Disney, it was a bold move for Disney to fucking, take that story and explore it a bit, And I love how they explored it. Do I think it could have been it could have been a lot better. But at the end of the day, that finale, I'm going to talk about the finale, because that was the best part of the whole, like the series as a whole was okay. Like, the first episode was boring. I felt really bored in the first episode. It was really bland and really dry, really. Second episode, loved it. Third episode, absolutely adored. That's one of my favorite episodes of the series. Fourth episode, I didn't like it. I thought it was too short, and it was they just wasted that fourth one. Fifth one, loved it, especially because of that flashback. I love that scene where Anakin and that, they're dueling it out, and he says, "Your lightsaber's gone, Master. Your grand for victory, Anakin, it blinds you." Like, I just love that line, and I love, just stuff that, just seeing that kind of stuff. Plus, I loved when Vader was like, and then they take off in another ship. I was like, oh! I was going nuts in that scene. I was like, yes! This is Vader. This is fucking the Vader we've been wanting. He was rageful in this series, man. And I'm gonna get to the finale, because everything, I don't think, you guys have already seen. I'm gonna talk about the best part of the series, and this is the best part by far, my opinion. So Vader and Obi-Wan have a duel. Okay, same thing happens. "I shall do what I must. Then you will die." Like, just, they both light their lifesavers. And I gotta say, to me, this was the best duel I've seen since the original Star Wars and Revenge of the Sith. The lightsaber battles weren't really that good in the prequels, and the duels were pretty weak. This is the best duel I've seen since the original and the Revenge of the Sith, like, by far. This is one of the best duels I've seen. And people might disagree with me, but I loved this duel. Mainly because Vader, the Vader duel between him and Obi-Wan in A New Hope, as much as it was great, but it was slow. It was the 70s, okay? They were moving slowly. It was a different era for Star Wars. So seeing with all the special effects we can do now, and everything that the things have evolved, special effects have evolved, and just everything that they can do now, I thought it was great to see that. Plus, the CGI was so bad in the, like the CGI was bad in the prequels. So this was just my favorite duel from Vader and Obi-Wan. Just seeing them fucking duel it out. Vader throws some rocks at him, tries to kill him, like, he said, "Did you really think you could defeat me, Master?" And he also says, I love this line, he says, "Your strength has returned, but the weakness still remains." And, and he's like, just great scenes like that. But then they have another duel. Obi-Wan gets these rocks and starts fucking throwing them and absolutely destroying Vader. And then there's a scene where he hits his fucking, like, that thing that makes him breathe, like, just absolutely destroying that. And then he does a huge run up, cuts Vader's mask off, like literally destroys half of his mask. And Vader's just absolutely, like, just ready, like, like, just defeated, like, he just lost that fight. And he gets up, and we see Anakin. We see Hayden Christensen himself. His face with the Vader mask, just like this. And Obi-Wan, and this is one of my favourite moments in Star Wars history. Anakin is gone. I'm so sorry, Anakin. For all of it. I am not your failure, Obi-Wan. You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did. I destroyed him like I'll destroy you. Like, I just love that line, because the thing I hated about Anakin in the prequels is he always blamed Obi-Wan. He always blamed Obi-Wan for this, he blamed Obi-Wan for that. I remember that scene where he's like, "I hate you! You're my brother, Anakin! I loved you!" Like, he blamed it all on Obi-Wan and says, "From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you are lost." Like, he was so, like, because of Obi-Wan. "You liar! You're with him! You brought him here to kill me! Let her... No! Let her go, Anakin! Anakin! Let her go! You turned her against me! You have done that yourself! You will not take her from me! Your anger and I've already done that. I have brought peace, freedom, and justice to my new empire. Your new empire? Don't make me kill you. Anakin, my allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy. If you are not with me, then you're my enemy. Only a Sith does without salute. I shall do what I must. You will try. Like, he just blamed it all on Obi-Wan, and I love that where he just taking responsibility, and this scene was so emotional. It was like, my friend truly is gone. Goodbye, Darth. And that brought me back to A New Hope. It's like, I was nothing but a learner, but now I am the master. I'm the master of evil, Darth. Like, I love that scene, and it just brought so much, like, nostalgia to my face, and everyone walks off, and Vader's like, Obi-Wan! And just absolutely lost the fight. Obviously, he gets a new mask, he talks to Palpatine, which I've already talked about. So, as Reva ends up not killing Luke, she couldn't go through with it because she didn't want to become the Grand Inquisitor, he was pretty cool in this. I would say the Inquisitors weren't that good. They weren't interesting to me. I didn't really like them. I thought they were weak. Tarkin wasn't in this, which I was disappointed because Tarkin is a big part of the New Hope, Rogue One post storyline. Another thing I didn't get was why was Vader on that planet where he literally got killed, literally got murdered? Like, Obi-Wan cut his legs off and he literally got burnt. I wouldn't have gone back to that fucking place. Fuck that place. I would have been like, fuck that. I'm going back to the Death Star or something to get the fuck away from that. Like, I was just like, why would he be there? There's little moments like that are just really silly to me. And it's like, I feel like the writer didn't really know what he was doing for half of this show. But anyway, by the way, Vader in this is the Hayden Christensen Vader, not the Vader we know from... Well, it's the Vader we know from A New Hope, but different, like very ill-minded. And it explains by the end of the show. So anyway, I'm going to stop now. I'm going to give this show... Before, I would give it a 7 out of 10 or a 6 because it wasn't really that impressive before. But after seeing the later half of the show, and especially that 6th episode, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's not perfect. It's not perfect at all. And I think that some people will like to love this series, or some people will not like it or hate this series. It's a controversial series with people, and it's a controversial series with me, because there are things I love about it and there are things I don't like about it. So, as a fan, I was pleased with what I got. I got what I wanted. I got to see Vader and Obi-Wan duel, and I got to see James Earl Jones come back to do the voice and see some badassery from Vader. So, as a fan, I was happy. I was pleased with what I saw. So, I gave this an 8 out of 10. So, anyway, it's worth watching. I don't think you need to watch it to be like, but it's definitely worth watching. It's worth checking out. So, anyway, I'm going to end this video now. So, anyway, I'll see you guys later.